everyone, Chrissy here with Footprint. I've been following Rosie Psychic Investigator for quite a while now, and I was fascinated by the system she uses, which is multi-system card readings, and she uses tarot, Lenormand, Kipper and Sibylla cards, and I became so fascinated with the way it built a picture that I've gotten in some of these other decks, and so I've been practicing and all that, and so I've got a layout here that I just laid out, and it's just looking at an overview of the Epstein case, not who's being dragged in or anything, but basically the story of it from the point of view of the victims, I guess. And that's what emerged. I thought I'd be seeing, who else could be involved and how's it involved with overseas, but no, it more came out as the stories of the victims. So I'm just going to lay the cards down. It might take me a couple of minutes to adjust, so just to make sure you get everything in picture. So sorry. Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a challenge, but a minute. So there we go. I think you can see pretty well everything that's got to be seen here. Yep, they all seem to be covered. And we're going to start. I'll grab a pen. We're going to start up here with the top tarot card. So the top line is tarot. We've got a line of Lenormand, then the Kipper deck, another line of Lenormand cards, and then the bottom line is Sibylla. So at the top of the tarot, we've got some young people who have undergone some cataclysmic, often cataclysmic and catastrophic changes at home and or in their environments, and they're feeling they're starting out on a new journey, and they're sometimes some of them are feeling hopeful, some of them are feeling trepidatious, but they are still children. They're young. They're like teenagers, often homeless or often in bad family environments, and along comes circumstances that just change their lives completely, mark a whole change in their existence. This change, it brought about the death of good news. They thought good news was coming to them, but this was absolutely shattered by the death card here, the coffin card here, and it brought about cruelty, and it laid the keys to held the key to a vastly different future than what they thought they had. They were children. They were hoping for a new start. They looked at it as a new start, but as the journey went on, their thoughts got harder and harder and sadder and sadder. This says his thoughts, but it applies to both men and women and boys and girls, and the thoughts of their thoughts got gloomier and harder, and and a lot of them, this journey involved a change of location completely, often a change of country. Their childhood, their youth, their enthusiasm was stolen. It was stolen by someone who presented herself to be something that she was not. This is the snake. was handed over to a man who just totally ruined their lives and, completely sucked them dry of any hope and for justice. And this lady's now saying, oh, here's a flower. I want to give you a flower. I want your forgiveness. I'm going to do what I can to help. But I don't think I think a lot of people, a lot of the victims of this business, and I am convinced that there were young boys dragged into this as well as just young girls, still see her as the viper. Down the bottom, you have quarrels. They were fighting. They've been fighting from the day they left. Absence of good news, absence of love, and often having to hold themselves distance from people. A lot of these people, a lot of the young people as they were then, and the younger and the adults they are now, you can't tell me they don't have PTSD. Of course they do, because these people stole from them, stole their very, very life from them and changed it irrevocably. So yes, they are consulting, they are getting legal help. So that's line by line. Now I'm going to go down. So, catastrophic changes that brought about the end of the of the environments that they knew in their home environments, the happiness. It forced them into a new start, and they were still children. So some of them were looking forward to a new start away from an environment that possibly wasn't healthy for them in the first place. But this was stolen from them, and they've had to fight ever since. This is a quarrel, this card, the quarrel. This is absence, thief, and the consultants. So this is mice, snake, gentleman, lady. A little child, gloomy thoughts, his thoughts a change. Coffin, death, bouquet, good news, whip, cruelty, key to something, and of course we've got the Tower, the Fool, the Six of Cups, and death. Okay, so this is this line. Their journey, their new journey. On their new journey that they were presented with, they were offered something good, but it didn't turn into that, and they were offered it by this vile person. Again, it's the same story across. And they had an absence of everything they needed to be, and I think they still feel an absence of some of them. And these children, they were taken and they were subjected to cruelty to fulfill the horrible fantasies of people, and I'm convinced some women were involved in this too, of adults, some cruel, vile fantasies, to fulfill some cruel, vile fantasies. And this man, this Epstein person, he's the one that helped facilitate it all. He stole from them. This catastrophic change. This case is bringing about the end of this chapter for them and helping them open up a new chapter, which is great, which is the key to their future. The key to it is also a person, and somebody has the key to this even more so, and somebody is going to be saying to the authorities, look, this is a change, look overseas, this is where some of these people came from, this is where some of our clients are, this is where some of the money came from, look overseas, I'm going to point you in that direction. This is a woman, and I think it's probably Ghislaine Maxwell, because I think she's has sought her own counsel, and they've said, tell it all, tell everything. So this unspeakable woman, and she is an unspeakable woman, not only holds the key to the case legally, I think she, in some way, some twisted way, holds the key to ending some of this pain. I mean, I don't think it will all ever go away. This is a death card here. I don't think it will all ever go away for the victims of these people, but it can help end a cycle, this part of their life, and help them be able to start a new part. So in amongst all this, there's also some good news, in that somebody's holding the key. Maybe some of these people who have lost their families, have given up on them and don't know where they are, maybe they can be reunited. So there can be some good news in amongst all this, with people being reunited, and absences being, those who they thought lost to them being reunited, and those who took from them being put where they're supposed to be, locked away. But yeah, this is the story that came out from me laying this spread out, and it took me a while to work through it, and it took me a while to build the narrative that it was spelling out to me. It's fascinating. Like I said, this is the first time I've really done a spread like this. So I'm just going to, hopefully this will come out clearly so you can see all the lines of cards. Anyway, that is my multi-system spread on just the general narrative of what happened to these people, and how people standing up and putting their hand up and copying it as they should, and helping and cooperating with authorities without getting away with everything, of course, can hold the key to a new life for these people, and hopefully some reunions as well. Anyway, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this. If you want to see more of the multi-system, let me know. Like I said, I'm very new to it, but I think the narrative that it built up, I shouldn't be surprised. I've used oracle cards to build up narratives before, so I shouldn't be surprised of how effective it can be. Thank you very much. Please remember to like and share, and I will see you at the next reading. Bye-bye.